Hello and welcome to another short video tutorial, this time on importing existing data. In a previous video we created a new empty project. In this video we'll add some data modules to that project. There are three ways in which to add data modules to a project in NeXuS. Firstly, you can create individual data modules using the Create New Data Module dialog. Secondly, you can import an Excel DMRL file for which a template Excel file can be downloaded and populated. And thirdly, you can import existing data modules and their associated graphics to the system using the import process. In this video, we'll look at the third option, and that's importing existing data modules. To start the import process, make sure you have a project selected and go to the Data Modules main menu, then select Import. It's worth remembering that the import function is a project administrator or superuser function. So if you don't see this menu item, it's because your allocated role on the selected project does not contain the permission required to import. This can be changed by the superuser or project administrator if required. The first part of the import process is to pick the zip file to import. The data modules and graphics should all be zipped into a compressed folder and either dragged into the area shown or selected using the file picker. Once the file has uploaded, the Import button will be enabled, and you'll be able to import the data to the temporary validation area, where a series of checks are carried out prior to being saved to the system. There are 5 checks, and these are represented by 5 columns which show if there are any warnings or errors during validation. The 5 checks are: 1. Parsing check. This validates each data module against the related S1000D schema. It also checks to ensure the data module schema reference is the same as the chosen project schema. 2. Brex check. This validates each data module against the Brex data module if there is one. If no Brex is included in the zip file, it will ignore this check. 3. Entities check. This makes sure that any graphic entities that are referenced in the data module are included in the import package and warns you if any are missing. 4. Database check. This does a check to make sure no data modules of the same DMC and issue number are included in the database and warns you if it finds them. 5. And finally, a data module reference check. Similar to the entity check, this makes sure that any reference data modules are included in the import package and warns you if any are missing. Not all checks will prevent the import of data, but they will warn you and give you a description. At this point, you have several options depending on the type of warnings. You can cancel the import entirely, only import those without error, or ignore the errors and import the data modules regardless. However, data modules failing the schema parsing checks must be fixed. These cannot be overridden by design. Once satisfied, click Import. The data modules will be imported into the system. Upon successful import, a summary screen is shown displaying the number of data modules and graphics imported. You can now go to the DMRL view to see the data modules. In the next video, we'll look at creating new data modules from an Excel DMRL file, which is the simplest way to create a batch of data module shells.